This week in East Brunswick, we take you to a mining site located off of River Road near the South River Borough boundary. The strip mining threatens a significant historical site that was settled 300 years ago by the first colonists in our area. The property was one of the original South River lots purchased by the East Jersey proprietors in 1684. In 1685, the lots were granted to various Perth Amboy residents for settlement or resale. During the colonial period, the Barkaloo family had a plantation here. The scene you are looking at now is a burial ground of slaves who worked the plantation. An historian writing in 1882 tells us that on the farm owned by James Bassett, on the lower road from Washington to Old Bridge, the early residents of the Barkaloo family, are a number of old graves. On another portion of the old Barkaloo farm is a burial ground containing the remains of a goodly number of slaves who died on the place many years since. As you can see, the markers are plain native stone, planted upright. Recent etchings of crosses have been placed on the stones, perhaps in an attempt to disguise the markers as survey stones. With us on the tour are Todd Bates and Nat Clymer of the Home News, who are doing a feature article on the site. The excavation has left the burial ground approximately 30 feet exposed. Within a few years, this entire ground will be washed out. You can see the extent of the mining from the original level of the cemetery to what it appears to be today. Todd Bates is talking with Ed Klimczak. Mr. Klimczak is a local relic hunter who has been working the site for the past 10 years. He has discovered Indian artifacts dating to 1000 BC, colonial and 19th century. Our intent is to save this portion of the woods.
Hi, my name is David Dessel, and I'm for Cable Channel 8 here in East Brunswick. And I'm going to be asking some people here today how they feel about some municipal proposals here in the township. Okay, sir, could I have your name, please?
Yeah, Sam Tuckman from East Brunswick.
Thank you. I'd like to know how you feel about the Wheelabrator Fry proposal here in East Brunswick.
I'm very opposed to it. I think it's going to add to pollution in the area. We moved here from Staten Island. One of the reasons was Staten Island had all these disposal plants, Con Ed, coal-burning plants, LNG plants. We thought East Brunswick would be free of all these sources of industrial pollution, so we'd be very unhappy if they decide to build such a plant. We think it's going to lower the property values and make the place less desirable to live in for people. So I'm very negative about it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
How do you feel about the proposed additions to the East Brunswick Municipal Complex?
Well, I think they're a waste of money, the taxpayers' money. Like, so much stuff that gets wasted in this town, like when they put the fountain in there, and they didn't even use it. They used it one day and they turned it off. So I really don't think they need it. They have a big enough complex over there as it is.
Well, what do you think could be done with that money? How do you think it could be spent in a more constructive way?
Well, I think they could, like, put more into helping the handicapped, or like summer programs, stuff like that for elderly and even the kids in the county. I mean, in the town.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. How do you feel about the proposed expansion of the East Brunswick Municipal Complex?
Okay.
Okay. You don't mind spending any extra tax dollars of yours for that type of thing?
No, I think the township is growing and we could use it.
Why is that?
I thought I just said the township is growing. You know, when I first moved here, the town was a little bitty town. It's no longer a little bitty town. Therefore, you need more employees, you need more space for them.
Okay, thank you. Well, how do you feel about the proposed municipal extension of the headquarters over at East Brunswick?
Well, I think it's something that has to come eventually, because you're going to outgrow the present facilities before too long. East Brunswick is a growing community, and the expansion is inevitable.
Okay. And also, how do you feel about the proposed construction of the Wheelabrator Fry recovery plant over on Edgeboro Road?
I haven't read too much about it. I don't know what the environmental impact might be. I'd have to, to know more about it to really give you a full-fledged opinion.
I've been speaking to a lot of people, and they sort of feel that they really don't have a lot of scientific facts about it from reading the paper and from whatever. Do you feel that way too?
I don't know that scientific facts are what you're looking for. I think you want to look at what is it going to do physically to the environment and what is the long-term benefit or lack of benefit to the community. So I don't know scientifically what are they going to recover. That's the whole thing. In other words, is the benefit in terms of employment and dollars to the community worth what it may or may not do to the environment?
So is it going to be a good investment for the community is what you want to know?
Right, and I think that public dialogue on something like this is extremely important, as it is with the municipal building. The fact that the township is planning well in advance and is drafting plans and is, in a sense, allowing the community their input is critical to a community of this type, which is expanding all the time and growing all the time. And the most successful communities in the world are the ones that allow a lot of public dialogue and, in a sense, hang their linen out in public. It's that way everybody participates. Not everybody's happy with the decision, but everybody had a chance to participate in that decision.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. How do you feel? Can I have your name first?
My name is Susan Brower.
Thank you, Susan. How do you feel about the proposed construction of the Wheelabrator Fry recovery plant over on Edgeboro Road?
I'm very much against it.
And why is that?
I think there are a vast amount of environmental questions which have not been answered fully enough for me.
And what kind of questions is that?
We really don't know what's going to be coming, what is going to be coming out of the smokestacks as far as affecting our environment. And let's see. I really feel that we have a landfill, an existing landfill that has problems. It's scheduled to close down in 10 years. By adding this burning facility, we're perpetuating the existence of the already existing landfill, which I think should be closed down as quickly as possible.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, could I have your name, sir?
Russell Herdman.
Thank you, Russell. Listen, tell me, how do you feel about the proposed municipal building extension here in East Brunswick?
I think it's a good idea. We can use it. I like the idea of building a senior citizen center. I haven't read too much about it. I heard that they want to do it. I like the idea of the master plan. And, realigning the road, it could use it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, can I have your name, please?
Eileen Mann.
Hi, Eileen. I'd like to know your opinion on the Wheelabrator Fry proposal to build a garbage recovery plant over on Edgeboro Road.
I think it's a very bad idea. They'll be burning stuff like plastics and stuff, and when that gets into the air, we'll be breathing that in. We might be poisoned or something worse. And it's going to look really bad, a smokestack up in the air. We could probably see it from here. It's pretty close.
Well, do you have any idea of something we could do to dispose of our waste here in the township?
I don't think we have to burn it. I thought maybe burying it would be all right, but burning it's just cause pollution. It's really bad.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Could I have your name, please?
Brenda Hagan.
Thank you. Listen, how do you feel about the proposed Wheelabrator Fry garbage recovery system on Edgeboro Road?
It sounds as though it would be a very good thing to have here in East Brunswick, except we don't know what it's going to do to the air. And if we had more specifics as to what it would be putting into the air, I might be more for it. But until I find out, I'm not too sure whether it is such a good thing.
It sounds to me like you really feel very uninformed about it.
Yeah, I've tried to read what they have had in the Sentinel on it or in the local newspaper, but as far as any more specifics, I haven't really gotten into it.
And how do you feel about the proposed expansion of the East Brunswick Municipal building?
I didn't even realize they were going to expand it, sorry to say. But I think it looks big enough right now.
Okay, thank you. How do you feel about the proposed construction of the Wheelabrator Fry recycling plant on Edgeboro Road?
Well, I believe that the public of East Brunswick deserves to know a lot more about the actual construction and operation of a plant of this sort before any kind of decision is made. I feel that the reaction to the entire matter on both the part of the Township Council and the public of East Brunswick has been entirely too emotional to this point, and it's just ridiculous to proceed with any kind of a program of this sort before the facts are known to everybody. The Township Council and the public deserve to know much more about this before any kind of decision is made, either for it or against it.
Well, what kind of things do you feel you have to know before the plant could be built?
Everything. What it looks like, how it works, the, you know, can we compare it to the plants in operation around the country? I mean, it's just, nothing is known about it. All we're getting in the newspapers are emotional reports of council meetings that are just strictly that, emotionalism.